Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital, Brennan's triple betrayal, Carly furious over Josslyn manipulation and so much more. General Hospital GH spoilers reveal that Jack Brennan's Chris McKenna triple betrayal will ultimately be exposed. Carly Spencer Laura Wright is going to be furious over Brennan's manipulation of Josslyn, Jack's Eden McCoy and so much more, so let's talk about what's ahead. Although Brennan is legitimately falling for Carly, he's keeping some huge secrets that are going to derail their romance. We should start by looking at a quote from GH's head writing team, Elizabeth Cortez and Chris Van Etten. In an interview with Sod, Van Etten and Cortez dropped some hints about Brennan's long-time agenda. It's clear that Brennan has been using Carly for quite a while without her knowledge. Brennan's presence in Port Charles and his proximity to Carly is no accident. His feelings for Carly are accidental, though, and those feelings will come into direct conflict with his intentions for Josslyn, Cortez and Van Etten said. In other words, Brennan intentionally got close to Carly with ulterior motives. Whether that was about recruiting Josslyn or something more, there's always been another shady layer underneath Carly and Brennan's relationship. That's betrayal number 1, but it connects to betrayal number 2 since Brennan has also been manipulating Josslyn. Brennan has been giving Joss little nuggets and putting her through tests to see if she has what it takes to be a WSB agent. As a result, Josslyn landed in extreme danger at the cabin and ultimately pulled the trigger on Cyrus Renault Jeff Kober. Now Brennan has agreed to cover up Josslyn's involvement, but he's obviously framing Jason Morgan Steve Burton in the process. That's betrayal number 3 since Carly and those closest to her have a strong bond with Jason. Brennan is targeting Carly's best friend and someone her whole family cares about. So this isn't going to turn out well for him. What happens once Carly finds out about Brennan using her, influencing Josslyn and setting Jason up with those two hairs at Cyrus' cabin? Brennan's triple betrayal could cost him his future with Carly if she can't get past all this. Josslyn is about to make a choice that'll alter her life forever, so we'll see if she confesses to the PCPD or works out a deal with Brennan to save Jason. General Hospital spoilers say Carly will get updates on some horrifying Brennan news eventually, so we'll pass along more predictions on this romantic catastrophe. General Hospital, the long-running daytime drama that has captivated audiences for decades, has never been short of jaw-dropping twists, deep emotional turmoil, and complex relationships. The latest arc, Brennan's triple betrayal, has taken fans on a whirlwind of emotions, with its shocking betrayals, explosive confrontations, and the kind of drama viewers have come to expect from the beloved Port Charles residents. The story began with the introduction of Brennan Sinclair, a character who quickly won over the viewers' hearts with his charm, wit, and mysterious background. Initially, Brennan seemed like the perfect addition to the town, a handsome, well-mannered businessman who quickly became entangled in the lives of several key characters. But as is the case in Port Charles, the most seemingly perfect people often harbor the darkest secrets. The first betrayal, Josslyn's manipulation. Brennan's first betrayal comes in the form of his involvement with Josslyn Jax. Josslyn, Carly's daughter, is no stranger to complex relationships. But when she forms a bond with Brennan, it seems innocent enough. She had recently broken up with her longtime boyfriend, Cameron Weber, and was still grappling with her place in the world. Enter Brennan, attentive, sweet, and seemingly perfect for Josslyn. He made her feel special, understood, and desired. However, as the weeks passed, viewers began to see cracks in Brennan's facade. It was slowly revealed that Brennan's intentions weren't as pure as they seemed. Unbeknownst to Josslyn, he had been using their growing relationship to manipulate her into providing him with information on her family, especially Carly. He wanted to know about Carly's business dealings, her connections, and even her weaknesses, all for his own gain. Josslyn, in her youthful naivety, didn't he realize that Brennan was using her as a pawn? He showered her with affection, gaining her trust, while subtly influencing her decisions and actions. It wasn't until Carly, ever the protective mother, started noticing changes in Josslyn's behavior, subtle manipulations and shifts in her thoughts, that the truth began to unravel. Carly, ever the strong matriarch, demanded answers. She confronted Josslyn, who was left shocked, betrayed, and heartbroken. Carly's fury unleashed. When Carly discovered the extent of Brennan's manipulation, her fury knew no bounds. Not only had Brennan played her daughter, but he had also set his sights on one of her most important relationships. In classic Carly fashion, she was ready to go to war. The confrontation between Carly and Brennan was explosive. There were accusations, angry words, and the kind of emotional intensity that only Carly Corinthos could bring to a scene. "You think you can just waltz into my life, manipulate my daughter, and walk away unscathed?" Carly screamed, her eyes blazing with fury. "I'll destroy you." But Brennan, ever the smooth operator, was unfazed. He smiled arrogantly, knowing he had already secured enough of a foothold in Port Charles to keep pushing forward with his plans. He made it clear that he wasn't afraid of Carly and that he had far more power than she realized. The second betrayal, the business deal gone wrong. While Brennan was busy manipulating Josslyn, he was also weaving a web of deceit in the business world. His latest scheme involved targeting one of Carly's business ventures, turning it into a hostile takeover attempt. At first, it seemed like just another corporate rivalry. But as the details emerged, it became clear that Brennan had been working in the shadows, using insider knowledge to position himself as a legitimate threat to Carly's empire. Brennan's involvement in this shady business maneuver was another betrayal of Carly, and it took her by surprise. It wasn't just a matter of competition, it was personal. Carly had built her business empire from the ground up, and to have someone like Brennan, someone she had welcomed into her world, turn on her in such a manner was unforgivable. In true Carly fashion, she wasn't going to let this slide. She immediately retaliated, using every resource at her disposal to stop Brennan's plot. This included leveraging her connections in Port Charles and using her own cunning to expose Brennan's underhanded tactics. But despite her best efforts, Brennan seemed to always stay one step ahead, leaving Carly increasingly frustrated and determined to bring him down. The third betrayal, betraying the trust of the Quartermaines. As if Brennan hadn't already caused enough turmoil, his third betrayal came when he set his sights on the Quartermaine family, one of the most influential families in Port Charles. The Quartermaines were known for their business acumen and old money, and Brennan thought aligning himself with them could give him the leverage he needed to further his schemes. However, Brennan's plan to manipulate the Quartermaines backfired in a way no one could have predicted. He had tried to gain their trust by pretending to be an ally, working with them on a variety of projects and building a reputation as a trusted business partner. But behind the scenes, he had been secretly undermining their interests, diverting funds, and feeding false information to cause chaos in their ranks. When the truth came to light, the Quartermaines were livid, and Brennan's betrayal was exposed for all to see. The Quartermaines, led by the ever-powerful Edward and Tracy, wasted no time in casting Brennan out of their business dealings. But the damage had already been done, and Port Charles had yet another enemy to contend with. The fallout, relationships shattered. The fallout from Brennan's triple betrayal was nothing short of catastrophic. Carly, devastated by the manipulation of her daughter and the attacks on her business, became more determined than ever to protect her family. She found herself pushing away everyone who had even a hint of involvement in Brennan's schemes, including Josslyn, who felt guilty for being deceived. Josslyn's relationship with her mother was strained, and though Carly's anger was justified, she struggled to find a way to forgive her daughter. For Josslyn, the betrayal stung deeply. She had never imagined someone she cared for so deeply could have used her for such nefarious purposes. The pain of realizing she had been a pawn in Brennan's game weighed heavily on her. As for Brennan, his position in Port Charles was precarious. While he still had some supporters, his web of lies had begun to unravel. His confidence began to slip as he realized that Carly, the Quartermaines, and the other residents of Port Charles were starting to work together to take him down. It was a race against time to see who would outsmart the other in the cutthroat world of business and power. In the end, Brennan's triple betrayal had caused irreparable damage. His manipulations had fractured relationships, destroyed trust, and left a trail of broken hearts in his wake. Carly, once a powerful matriarch with a strong grip on her family and her business, was now in a battle for both. As for Josslyn, her road to healing would be long, filled with emotional wounds and difficult lessons. The only question left now is, who will emerge victorious, and who will be left standing when the dust finally settles? General Hospital never fails to deliver the kind of gripping drama that keeps audiences on the edge of their seats, and Brennan's triple betrayal is shaping up to be one of the most unforgettable storylines yet. With betrayals, revenge, and family drama at the forefront, it's clear that Port Charles will never be the same.